Hey everyone, happy Sunday to you. Thanks for stopping by the Cigar Vixen channel for another exciting weekly top 5 cigar pick. These of course are the cigars coming out of my humidor and hopefully making their way into yours for your week of smoking. Hopefully you guys are hanging in out there wherever you may be in the world. We have a visitor here. Say hi. Here's Nika Bean. So she is growing. As you can see, she's grown quite a bit from when she would make her little cameos as a little itty bitty puppy. She's hopefully full grown. Hopefully she's done. But anywho, she wanted to say hello. And I have been making my way or continuing my way through my humidor. So this week's rotation, you will actually find, I guess, older cigars, if you will. So nothing brand new. Good and bad with that. It's always nice to recommend new cigars to people that maybe you're bored, maybe you're just looking for, what's the latest cigar that's out. That's not the case this week. I picked these cigars on purpose because you should be able to find all of them in your local brick and mortar, and that way hopefully you guys have either had the chance to smoke them maybe a while back, or perhaps you may have skipped over these selections seeing them, and maybe this recommendation will give you that little push to go ahead and try them out. So starting with number 5, we have the La Aurora Ruby, part of their beautiful line of what is the word, jewels, if you will. So there's the sapphire, the ruby, they have a diamond. What is the other ones? Geez, now that I said that, I have to know all of them. Which of course, every time, you guys know me, when I need to think of something, it just completely escapes my brain. Anyways, let's focus on the ruby, shall we? Made at the La Aurora factory, which of course is the oldest factory in the Dominican Republic. A beautiful factory at that. Been there many times, as I'm sure I've told you guys more times than I can count. This one's featuring a Brazilian Maduro wrapper, Dominican binder, and then a nice flavorful filler that's comprised of Brazilian, Peruvian, and Nicaraguan filler. So with this one, you get the dark chocolate notes. You get like a really nice, noticeable, heavy cedar on it, as well as black pepper and then espresso. And it's a really balanced cigar. You will get those different nuances kind of throughout the entire smoke, again, being that it has a lot of different types of tobacco in it. Peruvian is not a tobacco that is in a lot of different cigars. I mean, it is in some, but it's not a regular. So it's kind of something that's a little different. So you can try to pinpoint that. I know there's a lot of you that look to try to challenge yourself to taste some of these different notes. And it's really fun to do that when you can kind of make notes and keep maybe even a little journal or diary of the cigars that you're smoking and then what flavors you were able to pull out. So I encourage you to do that. So moving on to number 4 this week, we have the La Paulina Mr Sam in a lovely Lancero. So again, always challenging you guys who are not fans of the Lancero to go ahead and pick one up, at least give it a try. I know there's a handful of you that have added your comments that you have tried Lanceros, you've become to like them, or maybe the flip side that you're just like, nope, it's not for me. I don't like that small vitola. It feels awkward smoking it. Whatever the case, it's a really nice concentrated version of flavor, in my opinion, on a cigar when done correctly. So the La Paulina Mr Sam is featuring an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan and Dominican on the filler. And I totally forgot to look up the binder on that one. I'm sorry. I'm losing it this week. I'm sorry, guys. Nonetheless, it has beautiful notes of kind of the more milder barnyard, if you will, which is it's actually a pleasant, earthy experience. Sometimes when we hear barnyard described as a flavor, it might be kind of like off-putting, but that's not the case. It's kind of more just earthy hay, if you will. Definitely not anything like, other things that you might think of when you imagine a barnyard. I was thinking of some of these flavor notes that we make reference to, and some of them make me laugh. That's one of them. So woodsy, you also get some of that cedar underlying, and then you do pick up a light citrus, more of the orange peel rind citrus. So definitely a nice offering in the La Paulina line. Moving on to number 3, we have the AJ Hoyo La Amistad Black. So again, part of the lineup with the Hoyo different lines that were launched. And again, anything that AJ touches, I say it all the time, it's a safe bet. He doesn't make a bad cigar. So that's one that it's kind of a, I guess, a value stick. It's not super expensive, but it has a nice amount of flavor. It's featuring an Ecuadorian Sumatra Oscuro wrapper, Mexican San Andres on the binder, Nicaraguan Habano on the filler. So right there, just knowing that it has an Oscuro wrapper and that Mexican San Andres in it, and whatever way that that's blended, you'll know that you can expect some really tremendous flavors. So you're going to get the earthy dark chocolate mixture, the cinnamon spice that's kind of in there, a little bit of a leathery background, as well as some red pepper notes in that one. So really a nice offering. And again, it's not an expensive cigar, so feel free to grab a handful or so and keep them in your humidor on hand. They're a nice kind of a easy go-to smoke for anyone who's a fan of more of a Maduro type of cigar flavor. So really nice offering. Again, the Hoyo by AJ Fernandez. Moving on to number 2, we have the Cruzado by Elluzion. So again, another brand that is kind of one of those safe bets. Illusione is more of a boutique specialty type of brand, but they make some incredible cigars. So the Cruzado is featuring a Nicaraguan Criollo wrapper, and it's a rosado wrapper. Beautiful color to that one. Nicaraguan binder and filler. This one is nutty, but it's a very specific kind of a walnut type of flavor, and you get that oil, you know, like that you would pick up from having walnuts. You know, it has that nice oily, really present nutty flavor to it. So really nice and meaty, even, if you will. Also, you're picking up an oak and a leather in the background, as well as little kind of sprinkles of chocolate mixed in. So you do get a, not a super sweet profile, but you do pick up little nuances of that as you smoke it. So really nice, in my opinion, on that one. And number 1 this week is going out to the Tabernacle by Foundation Cigar and Company, blended by Nick Melillo. He's a genius at what he does. So the Tabernacle is a beautiful offering in the Foundation Cigar family. And it's featuring a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, a San Andres Mexican binder, Nicaraguan and Honduran on the filler. So again, a beautiful combination. I love Connecticut broadleaf and San Andres together. They bring some really interesting flavors to the table. So you're gonna pick up the dark chocolates, again, earthiness. You get a nice black pepper essence, a little hint of cinnamon in there. Aged cedar, you pick up some coffee nuances. Just a lovely cigar. Definitely one that I'll never get tired of smoking. It does have a little bit of oomph to it. It's not overpowering, but it's definitely not one that I would say would be a favorite for the morning. This is more afternoon, evening, pair it with bourbon, have it with a coffee. You could even do this one if you're really venturous. You could even get a nice aged añejo tequila and really ramp things up a little bit. So certainly a challenge if you've never tried that combination. I don't recommend tequila with every cigar, although if you have the right tequila and the right cigar, it can be a fabulous pairing. So I challenge you to try it if you never have. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys have a fabulous week, and let me know which cigars you'll be smoking. If you have any of these sitting in your humidor, if you're gonna light them up, or if you are on the search for any of these in your local brick and mortar. So love to hear the comments, and as always, I hope you guys are doing well, and I can't wait to see you next time. Cheers.